even another team that just always disappoint. This season, they've disappointed by, not being closer to the relegation zone. It is Everton under David Moyes, and we are set to take them on this coming Wednesday. We played them not that long ago. We drew 2-2 in quite controversial circumstances. A very late James Tarkowski goal, which is the result of a clear foul by Beto on Ibu Kanate, giving them a point that they overall probably deserved on the balance of play in that game. The manner of it, though, and the manner of the refereeing performance were infuriating. There was absolutely no question that they got every whistle on the day. Since then, they've won one game. They've beaten Crystal Palace away. It's a really good result. And they've drawn their last 4. And since the return of David Moyes, they've only lost once in the league, and that was the very first game at home to Aston Villa. It's 4 wins and 5 draws in their last 9 league games, which is probably the longest unbeaten run Everton have had since Moyes left the first time. I need to check, but I would imagine it might be.
I mean, it's certainly a better run than they would have envisaged this season, given how things were going with Deitch. Tell you what, let's have a little quick look. Premier League only, right?
Yeah, so just looking.
1, 2, 3, 4. There were 5 unbeaten in April of last year.
There were 6 unbeaten in August into September of the previous season under Frank Lampard. The season before that,
they had 6 from August 22. Is that the Lampard one?
Yeah, that's the Lampard one.
Yeah.
The year before, under Rafa, they went 4 unbeaten at the start of the season. That was the best they managed there. Carlo managed something decent. No, a couple of 4s. No, so yeah, 4 and 2 5-match unbeaten runs in 2021.
There's a 7-match unbeaten run in 2017.
Okay. Right, we've got nothing in 1920. 3 matches and a 4 in 18-19. So 17-18.
Yeah, early 17-18.
Oh yeah, November into December. I see it there. That was under wasn't that under David Unsworth?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a 9 actually. It's 16-17. December into January.
That was under Koeman.
Yeah, looks like 3 draws, 6 wins.
Yeah, so there you go. So that's a better run than this one because it's 6 wins rather than 4.
So this is the longest unbeaten streak since then?
Yeah.
So that's 8 years, 9 years?
Yeah, it's a hell of a goal. It's a hell of a goal. Like they give their fans absolutely nothing to be cheerful about. I'm just looking at the other post Moyes seasons. There's a 6 match with 5 wins under Bobby Martinez. And hang on, we have a 10-match unbeaten run in 13-14. Yeah, 10-match unbeaten run in 13-14 and 2 7-match unbeaten runs, including 7 straight wins in Martinez's first season. So if they were to avoid defeat on Wednesday night, it will become the longest since 13-14.
Over a decade.
And that run was 6 wins and 4 draws. So, like, this is, you'd wonder what is the point of Everton at certain times, because, like, they haven't won anything now in 30 years. Well, at the end of this season, it will be 30 years since Everton last won a cup. They're just sort of existing in the Premier League season after season. There's the odd European foray. Most of them end significantly earlier than they should. They tend to get dumped out against mediocre teams. There's no real fun in how they play. You know, Martinez played some good football. I thought Marco Silva played some good football, and that's kind of been it. Carlo even just sort of sank into the Evertonness of it all. There's just no joy in being an Everton fan. Like, you're not getting anything out of it other than getting to hate Liverpool. They would have been better off getting relegated and at least, you know, having a season in the Championship where they won most of their games, got promoted, and could have a big celebration about that. But instead, they've just chosen this existence of mediocrity in the Premier League. And it's going to be our job on Wednesday night to bring an end to this 9-game nonsense of David Moyes not losing games. Because David Moyes, while a good manager, I do like David Moyes loses a lot of football matches over his career. He just does. At Everton, the first time, he lost 161 of 518. At Manchester United, he lost 15 of 51. At Real Sociedad, he lost 15 of 42. At Sunderland, he lost 28 of 43, which is staggering incompetence. First time round at West Ham, he lost 12 of 31. And people were surprised that he was sacked with 29% win rate. Then they brought him back. He lost 83 of 231 games. So, you know, about a third of his games, just over a third. He's only lost 2 since coming back to Everton. It is time for him to lose a game. He loses 1/3 of his games across his career. It is time for us to remind him of that fact and remind him of the fact that he is David Moyes and he doesn't win away at the big clubs.
Well, I mean, I'm all for all this reminding of David Moyes, but I'll be perfectly honest, if there's anybody that needs reminding of anything, I think it's Liverpool players and Liverpool team as a whole that needs reminding that they are supposed to win games after our last 2. It's been a while since we played.
It has been a while since we played.
So I just think maybe, you know, from a selfish Liverpool perspective, we're looking at very nearly a month since our last win, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that sounds right, because it was
Southampton,
which was the 9th of April?
Of March, yeah.
Of March, rather, yeah.
Anyway, but I mean, like, even going back before, like, Southampton don't really count as a football team. We know that. And PSG, again, we did win, but we didn't win anything, and we didn't really deserve to win or play well. So we are still going back, like, February for the Man City and Newcastle games. Last time we, like, played well and deserved to win the matches. We need a response to that as much as anything else. So hopefully this big break, which is obviously incorporated international break and then FA Cup weekend we didn't play and so on and so forth, has just been a bit of a reset for some players.
Yeah, and look, it means that the South American players who only landed back in the UK, I think, late Thursday night, they've had an extended break now. The decision by Arne Slot to punt on the FA Cup may have been the smartest thing he's done all season, because it's given us this break now. And the players who were looking very tired before the international break have had this chance to rest up. Some of them obviously didn't go on international duty. Gravenberch went and came back with a minor injury, but he looks like he's going to be okay. He's one who's in need of a big performance in this game because he's been really poor for the last 2 months. And we could use him finding a bit more form so we can get this title wrapped up. Mo doesn't do breaks, so while everybody else was resting on Friday night and Sunday afternoon, Mo was working his ass off in his home gym to make sure he's just in better nick than everybody else. Cody, hopefully, with some minutes in the international break and then a bit of a break as well. Hopefully Cody's fit and can come back into the team and, actually run, which he was unable to do because of the injury before the break. These things could all be very helpful for us.
The Reds, it's Jack here, and that was a clip from one of Anfield Index's audio podcasts. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do like, share and subscribe to keep up to date on all things LFC. We record around 100 audio podcasts every month, with our shows featuring match-going fans, top journalists, professional analysts and even Liverpool legends along the way, with the great Dane himself, Jan Molby, joining us every single week. If you want to listen to all our podcasts for free, head over to anfieldindex.com/podcasts. Our audio shows are available wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Anfield Index. Or if you prefer to listen to all our podcasts in full and without any ads, why not head over to AI Pro today to check it out now at AnfieldIndexPro.com. If you want to get involved in the great growing community of Liverpool fans, check out the Anfield Index Discord. The link is in the description. Do get involved with that from Reds around every corner of the globe. For now, Reds, hope you enjoyed this video.